everybody, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for staying tuned to my channel, and today we're going to talk more about Hot Wheels fantasy castings. And here are some of the Hot Wheels fantasy castings that I just get. I've been wanting all of this fantasy casting for quite a time, and finally I acquired them, and I'm pretty excited to show you around. So let's start with the one that I've been looking forward for quite a long time. This is Muscle and Blown. And yeah, as you can see there is my number right there, number 53, but that is not a random number. Right here, this is the mod rod. This is the mod rod, and this is number 51. So they wanted to do a series of cars, and he nailed pretty good. I mean, with the mod rod right here, looks exactly like a modern day hot rod, and it has like straight 6 engine. Just a little bit weird to me is if there's a straight engine, then why there's got exhaust on the right and the left. A little bit not really makes sense to me how it got like exhaust ports on each side, but you know what, this is a Hot Wheels fantasy casting, so I'm not really thinking about that. And you can see this is probably a 6-cylinder engine, 3 carbs, got 3 intake looking on top, and on the side you can see the exhaust. It's actually 3 pipes right there going into the engine, so I guess this thing is straight 6. Guess it's gonna be this is like it's straight, right? It's not like a V motor, because the other ones have a V motor. This is number 54. This one looks like it has a V motor. But let's continue on the number. That was number 51, and then this is number 53. This is Muscle and Blown. I really love this thing, absolutely fantastic. And then you got number 54 right here, another hot rod, and this looks like a salt flat hot rod kind of look. This looks like it's going to do some speed record on the Bonneville. Looking pretty cool. You got only a single seater, and you got a massive engine with crazy radiator that looks like a VW bug motor, but on the front. Looking pretty nice, and I already swapped the wheels out too, giving it a little skinny tires up front. And then after number 54, there's number 55. This is number 55. This is the mod rod
speeder.
Now the mod rod itself also a series of cars.
Project Spear.
Muscle Speeder.
Mod Speeder.
And this one is in the series of these numbered cars. This is number 55. And all of these cars are looking like Blade Runner cars. Looks like cars that came out in Blade Runner, cyberpunk-ish looking. I guess that's like the style Hot Wheels looking after right now. So let's bust this thing open and take a closer look at the Muscle and Blown. Oh yeah, guys. There are actually another number that I didn't acquire in this one, because this one is number 53. This is number 53. This is number 51. So I skipped number 52. The number 52 is what is it called? It's looking like a truck with the bed is not complete, so you got exposed wheels. I don't really like that, the look of that thing. Just not a big fan, so I decided to just keep it. We keep the rest on my collection because the rest are awesome. Like this one. This is the Muscle and Blown. This absolutely cool modern sport muscle car looking. Also got super cool details. There are fog lights on the bottom in front of the intercooler, exhaust on the side. And if you don't know, this one also available in 1/43rd scale with openable hood, and I've been wanting that too also, but not yet acquired it. Here's the look on the back. You can see there's a massive diffuser on the back, and you can see the license plate is actually offset on the side, on the left side. Looking pretty cool. Pretty cool to see things are offside though. And what gives this thing looks a distinct look, I think it's the canopy design. This looks like a fighter jet looking canopy, because you got this wraparound windshield like 1950s car, which is inspired by a fighter planes back in the World War. It kind of reminds me to some of the cars that actually designed by Scott Robertson as well, because he liked that plane cockpit on cars too, and this one is a really cool example. I love finally having this one on my collection. So I put it right there, and I'm gonna move on to this one. This one is Track-D-Wagon. This is designed and made by VANCE. You can see on the back here there's a VANCE logo, VANCE. One of my favorite Hot Wheels designer to date. He's been around making a Hot Wheels ACCELERACERS, man. What a legend. And there we go. Track-D-Wagon. I know a lot of people like to skip this car off. I see a Lamley show, they'll not really like highlight this thing, but for me this thing is very special because this is made by one of my favorite Hot Wheels designer. I knew it has a plastic body, the other ones have a metal body, but plastic chassis, plastic base, but metal body, which is pretty cool for fantasy cars. This one, Hot Wheels taking the cheaper route. They make the bodies plastics, unfortunately, but the bottom is metal. See it on the bottom, Track-D-Wagon. It's pink color, and by the looks of it, it almost looks like a Datsun wagon, some kind of that. Low-key almost looks like my my dad's old car. It's a Mazda fan trend. That's it kind of reminds me of that car. Even the front looks like it too. There's a little slight wide body, fenders right there, and then there's active aero flaps. Would be cool if that actually, you know, you could push it down and pull it upwards, make it a little bit more functional and fun. But it's pretty cool nonetheless. Track-D-Wagon. Can't see any details on the inside though. But yeah, this looks like a Blade Runner car, cyberpunk car, definitely. And this is matched with the rest of his own fleet. This is also made by VANCE, and look at that. This looks like belong each other, because cars that he made usually have a aesthetic of a Gundam robot or a cyberpunk theme car. This is also his design, VANCE. This is the DWAGON. Definitely belong together. Oh, look, it kind of looks like this is like fugitive cars getting chased by a cop car in the future. This looks really cool. That's really cool. Love it, VANCE. Absolutely cool. Definitely excited to see this in my collection. So that is Track-D-Wagon. I'm gonna put it right here with the rest. Now, let's move on to the bottom. This one is a fast FeLion. Let's get this thing open, and you can see this one is yeah. I could definitely see this thing heavily inspired by Jaguar E-Type, by the silhouette, the rear angle of it. Definitely the modern version of Jaguar F-Type.
E-Type.
Looking pretty sweet. And I love it with this color, you know, just plain clean burgundy color, long hood. Because the other version have like pretty, you know, a lot of decals on it. So it doesn't look very beautiful to me. This one looks pretty nice. Unfortunately, the headlights are not tempoed or anything. It'd be cool if it got tempos. The rear, look at that. That's very much Jaguar F-Type right there. This thing screams Jaguar. Look at that. They got audio subs on the back too. Kind of reminds me to Shirako's car from ACCELERACERS. This looks like could be a Teku car. Absolutely fantastic on the back. Really cool, really cool. And if you can see on the bottom here, see this right here. This is a really cool touch. I mean, Hot Wheels doesn't have to do this, but the fact that they actually did this is awesome. If you don't know, this is the oil pans. So cars have oil pans on the bottom. Usually on American muscle cars, they usually have chrome oil pans on the bottom, and this one has it. And look at that, this is the side exhaust. I appreciate small details like that. You know, Hot Wheels always used to do amazing underbody, which I think we take it for granted, because right now Hot Wheels, they are kind of like, yeah, on the bottom they're like, yeah, we don't really care about the bottom right now. But look at that, this is the older Hot Wheels. They really put some efforts into the bottom as well. Talking about level of details, huh? This is the praying Menace. Sounds like a praying mantis, so praying Menace looks like a praying mantis. And even though this looks like a wacky weird cars, look it on the bottom. Isn't that a work of art? Look at this exhaust, start from here, going right here and going to the side, going right there. I mean, dude, that's super cool attention to detail. You could see the engine right here. It looks like an LS motor. And you could see some of the details, the steering wheel going through that. This is really well thought out car for a fantasy cars, you know, something that most collectors wouldn't even notice, because they want some of the cars, the licensed cars like the GDM cars or American muscle cars or European cars, but you know, sometimes they don't have the appreciation for cars like this. This is also have the really cool details on the bottom. Look at that differential on the back. Then another oil pan, and you could see the headers going to the side of the car. It's absolutely cool. This is the fantasy car. It's got a metal base, it got a metal body, which is pretty rare right now. Brutalistic, looking pretty cool. So yeah, fast FeLion, man. Looking pretty sweet for fantasy cars. Metal body, plastic base. Just put it right there. Now we're left with two cars. Looks pretty similar, but they are different. Let's open up the green one first. This is TWINDUCTION. Now this is the version of TWINDUCTIONs that I really want, because this is the early generation. This is like the first edition of the TWINDUCTION. And how could you tell if the TWINDUCTION is the first version not the retooled version, is when you see the engine is actually a metal part. It's not the part of the body. If you see Twinduction these days, they're retooled the body, so the engine now is a part of the body and not a separate part like that. And this one is just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that engine. So this is, I think Hot Wheels trying to make the modern version of the Mopar engine. I forgot which Mopar engine it is. What is it called? But it got like two. It's like had two carburetors on each side. I think it's the wedge engine. Yeah, I guess that's the wedge engine. What they called it. And this is like the modern version of the wedge engine. Looking pretty cool, right? Again, see that on the bottom, pretty detailed. You know, it's the older version. Exhaust on the side. This is pretty much scream American muscle, and look at that. How often do you see a fantasy cars with tempoed headlights? They don't do that anymore. No tempoed rear, but no problem. You got the flames on top, which make it pretty cool. Man, Twinduction, super cool. Even cooler on the original sketch right here. Man, that thing's gorgeous. Twinduction, huh? I guess this car deserves a little bit more attention. I mean, Hot Wheels tried a couple of times to make this thing like they're one of the hero cars of the brand, but I don't think it's quite take off because, you know, people don't really want fantasy cars. But I see it, I love it. This looks like a original design, original muscle car design. I'll take it, you know, looking pretty nice. Twinduction, finally, last one, Torque Twister. Well, I'm just gonna tell you straight away. You got I mean, I know the Torque Twister exists, but not really putting, you know, not really laying my eyes on it. But after Contour toy cars, I guess this Contour, there's Instagram page, this one. I love to watch his video, and seeing this one is in collection, and I start to appreciate it more. So there it is. This is the not the Twinduction. This is the Torque Twister. Look at that. Wow. Just seeing this as a toy already making me imagine how this thing would look like in real size car. Would look pretty awesome. That looks like could be a new modern American muscle cars. Man, that thing is looking sweet, and look at the paint on that thing. Isn't that gorgeous? Wow. Mighty orange. Beautiful, and it got the black wheels with the chrome lips. It's not getting any better than that. I could try to make this thing, I could try to swap this thing with rubber or real rider tires, but I don't think it's gonna beat this look. This thing is already looking pretty spicy. Even the door handles are tempoed. Serious? Hot Wheels? Man, Hot Wheels was wild, man, back then. They really paid attention even to cars like this, which people are not gonna appreciate. But you know what, Hot Wheels, I got you, man. I appreciate all the stuff, these kind of things. And I've been looking forward to a new car, the Ravager ST. I don't see it got any hyped. Well, it's not this. It's not get any hype, of course. It's not fantasy cars, but the way I see that thing, man, that thing looks really cool. I wish I could get it one day when the case actually arrives. I think it's in case M. So, yeah, there's all the cars that I acquired. So, for Twister, Twinduction, FeLion, Track-D-Wagon, and muscle and blown. That's it for today's video. I hope this video gives you a little bit more perspective to see on, just give a little more appreciation for fantasy casting Hot Wheels that actually good, because there are a lot of another Hot Wheels fantasy castings that actually doesn't look good, like the food cars and etc. And you could watch that video, me ranting all over bad fantasy cars on another video that I made. That's it for today. Thank you so much guys for hanging out, and I hope to see you in another video. God bless you, my friend. Bye bye.